If you come into CVI work thinking that your job is to fix people, you're going to be more successful cleaning windows with a sledgehammer. Your job isn't to fix people, but rather help them help themselves. In this video, I'm going to show you how to shift your approach from fixing to empowering so that you can build trust, facilitate real change, and become more effective in your work. Let me start by sharing a story of a friend of mine who does CVI work or did CVI work. He was a former gang member, sold drugs, and ended up doing a lot of time for the stuff that he was doing. And while he was locked up, he did a lot of work on himself and got to a point that when he was released, he wanted to help other people who came from the neighborhood that he came from and lived a life like he did. But he really struggled because he tried to force change on his participants. And he expected them to make the same decisions about their lives that he did when he decided to change his life. He didn't realize, or maybe he didn't remember, that it took him years to get to a point where he was finally sick and tired of going in and out of jail and the way he was living. And he didn't realize that it would take some of his participants the same amount of time to make the same determination for their lives. He thought he was supposed to tell them how to fix their lives, not realizing that many of them didn't consider themselves to be broken in the first place. They resisted his help because he came across as a know-it-all who was judging them and not helping them. See, a lot of people like me, my friend, and probably you get into this work because we've turned our lives around and want to help others do the same. And that's great. Until it turns into thinking that you know exactly what someone else needs. You may see yourselves in them, but they are not you. Everyone's journey is their own, and your participant needs to take their journey on their terms. You can inform and encourage and advise and assist them, but you can't drag them to a place where they don't want to be or aren't ready to go to yet. Nobody wants to feel like a project. Nobody wants to feel like they're being fixed. Instead of coming into conversations with ready-made solutions, you can instead ask your participants questions which help them discover solutions on their own. When you come into this work with the belief that you know everything, it shuts down your ability to listen without judgment. And nobody likes to be judged. You will help your participant the most by asking questions like, where do you see yourself in the next few years? And what do you think it'll take to get there? Or what has worked for you in the past when you face challenges? Or what's one small step you could take today to help you move towards your goals? Even just letting them know, I'm here if you ever want to talk about something, can make a difference. Or asking them, how can I best support you in supporting your goals? See, it's not about forcing change. It's about being available when they're ready for it. As much as you want your participants to be successful, they have to want it for themselves. Your work with them will help them identify what they want out of life and identify pathways to achieve it. Your job is to help them understand and feel capable of doing what it takes to achieve their goals safely and honestly. When people take ownership of their choices, they're more likely to follow through. Remember, your role is to create that space for them to explore their options, not to fix what you see as broken. Now, question for my CVI vets. What's a question that you've asked or a way that you've helped your participant finally get a breakthrough? Leave it in the comments. We all like to learn from you.